some rain coming through. We expect rain soon. Rain is close. The session has been declared wet. No sign of this rain stopping. Rain is clearing up. Rain should be gone for now. Nothing but sunshine all day.
As the sun beats down on the streets of St. Petersburg like a hammer, turning the asphalt into a furnace. The track temperature has surged past 100 degrees and every corner radiates heat, pressure, and consequences. This is race 10 of 10, the season finale, and nothing is settled. Not one of the 3 championship battles has been clinched. Every title is still alive, every contender still has a shot. Every mistake could rewrite the story of the season. For 45 blistering minutes, the Throttle Freaks GT3 League will fight through the tight walls, the concrete canyons, and the brutal rhythm of this street circuit. The drivers will wrestle their machines through the waterfront sweepers, thread the needle in the downtown chicanes, and launch down the long straights where bravery becomes currency. And with one mandatory pit stop, strategy becomes a razor's edge. Pit too early and the tires melt in the heat. Pit too late, traffic becomes a prison. Tonight, everything is on the line. Tonight, every point matters. Tonight, champions are made, not given. Welcome to St. Petersburg. Welcome to the fight for the crown. Welcome to the Throttle Freaks season finale. As usual, we are Racing Nexus. I'm Rob Campbell in the booth with me, week in, week out. The gentleman himself, Sir Richard Swindells. Rich, welcome to the streets of St. Pete.
You gotta love finishing off a season on a street circuit, don't you, Rob?
I do. I love me a street circuit, especially for a season finale. Anytime during the season, but especially for a season finale. Rich kind of separates the men from the boys, the contenders from the pretenders.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, one little slip up and it could be all over. It's a no drop points week, so take a look at the circuit here. It's a 1.77 mile circuit, only 14 corners, but 14 is plenty when there's walls all around you. Right now we're looking at track temps of 48 degrees Celsius or 118 degrees Fahrenheit And altitude, well, we're in St. Pete's, folks, so 3 feet, just slightly above sea level. Weather, air temperature 27 degrees, 81 Fahrenheit, very humid at 82%. No rain expected today, so it's going to be a dry one and a pretty flat one, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a crazy one, Rob.
Yeah, we picked the perfect time of the day to come to do a race in Florida. Usually get those afternoon thunderstorms for anybody that's either lived in Florida or traveled there, visited. It's almost like clockwork almost every day with the humidity. You get the thunderstorm rolls through for about 15-20 minutes. But let's take a look at the calendar as we're in the finale. They see at round 10, St. Petersburg. We started out at Watkins, went to Oran Park. That was an interesting one. Not too often GT3 machinery heads there. Mount Panorama for Bathurst, round 3. That was an exciting one. Circuit Spa, always a great race. VIR was the midpoint for round 5. Then we're at the Streets of Adelaide for round 6. Hockenheim, always a great race there too as well. Lemans, yeah, it was exciting enough. I guess it can be a snore, but it was all right. Last week, Indianapolis, we had a couple races come down to the line, and especially in the AM class, right down to the checkered flag at the start-finish line, and then, as we mentioned, St. Petersburg. We spent a lot of time in the land down under this season, Rich, and nice to be back here on the North American side to wrap things up.
Yeah, it's between the different GT3 leagues we cover, I think I spent more time in Australia than I have North America. Ooh, take a look at a little spinning action of one of the SRTE cars, poking it out of the way. So, wow, qualifying's running out of time, and the drivers are going to be where they are, Rob. But let's take a look at the format tonight. Practice, well, they've already done that, folks. So they had 2 hours of practice before qualifying of 15 minutes. Race 45 minutes long. They can take as many tires as they want, but they're not going to take any. We got 0 faster pairs. We've got a fixed setup, 50% fuel ratio, and an incident limit of 20.
And let's take a look at those points championships that we talked about that aren't quite settled. Come down to the finale. Let's start off with the pro side of things, where Jack Hedgecock come in with a 31-point lead over Jim Feliz. So barring any major catastrophe here for Hedgecock, should have it wrapped up. Jim Feliz looking comfortable in second place. William Fenson currently sitting in the final step on the podium in pro class. Over in pro-am, again, Jason Park, fairly comfortable gap over Seb Gauthier, but Seb still has a chance possibly to take that spot away. Andrew Trickett in third, about 35 points or so back of Seb Gauthier. It looks like Seb going to be comfortable in second place, but Andrew Trickett only 1 point ahead of Colin McKenzie for final step on the podium in Pro-Am class. How's it looking in AM, Rich?
In AM, we've got Ian Cabana with a 7-point lead over James Hand, so a nice close battle. And just 7 points back of them is Sean Provost. So really close battle up front. So that'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out. Cesar Jimenez is in 4th. Max Gomez 5th.
And then we got the team side. We got SRTE Purple. Looks like they've got a fairly solid grasp on the lead here, Rich, with Riot Motorsports only 1 point ahead of Going Racing Ruby. We were talking about that before we went live here, where the Going Racing team had a bit of a struggle the last couple of weeks, Rich, and that's where you see Riot hop ahead of them. And then Lunatic and Whataback going to round out the top 5. But you think Going can come back and snatch away second place from Riot? Riot's been kind of strong the back half of the season.
Yeah, well, between William Fenson and Jason Park, they've certainly been all over it, and I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to be able to. We shall see, though. We've got 45 minutes of race action coming up, and that's going to decide it. But William Fenson and Jason Park are the Riot Motorsports front runners. But then you've got Jack Hedgecock. He's right up there as well. But on the qualifying tower, we're going to keep it a little secret for now. But kind of interesting as the team mixes and the overall driver championship mixes shape out in where they are qualifying.
Yeah, and we've got just having a look at our AM division drivers here, as they were the closest battle, and 2 of our contenders in AM class they're up, somewhere mid top end of the field here, Rich. And it'll be interesting to see how they do. Jack Hedgecock, Jim Feliz, William Fenton, David Bush III, we always see those drivers doing what they need to do. And then the Pro-Am side thing, again, fairly status quo. Our top drivers sitting at the top of qualifying for that one too as well. But clock is clicked over to 0, so they're going to finish up their laps here, Rich. But St. Petersburg, what are you expecting to see into turn 1? We've done a number of races here, and it's kind of gone one of two ways. Either seems to be clean or complete calamity into turn 1.
Well, normally I would say I don't want, but we're going to see calamity. But this is a no drop week, so I think although the drivers want to maximize their points, they don't want to finish with no points. So I think we're going to see some clean, patient racing, but time will tell.
And we should make mention that for the drivers currently that were in this season, signups are open for next season, so they can get signed up. And then I believe it's next week for anybody looking to join the league. We'll be able to do that too as well. So if you've been watching all season, just waiting to get signed up for next season, your time is coming here sometime next week, I believe. And if you've been out racing this season, you can get signed up here now to get ready for a couple weeks from now when we kick it all over again, Rich, to start season 7 of the Throttle Freaks GT3 League.
7. I was trying to figure out if we've been here 2 full years yet or not, but I guess not yet. We're getting there though.
Yeah, we're like Father Time. We're creeping up on the end there, Rich. But season 7, I guess technically, what was it? The first season was two races a night where we had the fixed setup and then we had the sprint setup. So we can kind of basically throw that on there and say, we've done 2 years worth of league coverage. But qualifying's finished. The grid is set. Why don't you take us through the first 10 drivers here, Rich?
I think I will, and
oh, hold on. Let me.
I think we've got a little bit of an issue there, folks.
We're going to get the right drivers up. There we go for you.
Yeah, there we go. William Fenton on pole, so great job by William Fenton. Jack Hedgecoats side by side in second. We've got Jim Feliz in third. David Bush, a third. Strong qualifying effort in fourth. On row 3, we've got Andrew Trickett with Seb Goche with a new face. Oh, Seb, I love it in 6th.
Oh, man.
7th place, we've got Ryan Bird. In 8th, Jason Park. And rounding out your top 10, we've got Colin McKenzie and James Hand.
Hey, James Hand with a new profile picture, too, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Looking very sophisticated there. In 11th place, we've got Samuel Garcia with Andy Mills in 12th. 13th place, going to go to the Bad Santa of Brett Thurman. Sandro Vernaro to his outside. 15th place is Miguel Vigo. And 16th is our AM champion possible here tonight, Ian Cabana, in 16th place. 17th place is Jeff Evans. 18th place is teammate Ryan O'Connor. And then right up top 20 is going to be Dale Peterson in 19th and Sean Provo. Again, another one of those AM competitors possibly getting the championship here tonight in 20th place.
Yeah. In row 11 and 21st, we've got Cesar Jimenez. In 22nd, Jacob Fickner. In 23rd, we've got Josh Spears. Josh Goen in 24th. On row 14, Matt Mars, 25th. Kevin Berquist, 26th. 27th place, we see Justin Welsh and Herbert Pineda, 28th place. Matt Scherf, 29th, and Brett Pancari rounds out your top 30.
And 31st, that's where David Morse is going to start, with 32nd going to Doug Evans. And then rounding out the field is going to be Max Gomez in 33rd, and then Jay Steffi in 34th. So he's hopped into the Lambo. I did not see him grid up here, Rich, so we'll see if he joins the grid or starts from pit road here. But as it stands right now, 33 cars have made the finale, where you cannot use this as one of your drop weeks.
Yeah, it's makes it tough. Every point counts. If you don't make this start, you're gonna have some issues. But pace cars pulling off The pace warm-up lap is complete. The field is in the hands of William Fenton. William Fenton deciding when to go. Well, he's going, folks. William Fenton, huge jump right now. Jack Hedgecock's in second, Jim Feliz third, David Bush third on the outside and fourth, but Kupkin up the inside. Is that Seb Gauthier looking up the inside? Going side-by-side action, 3 wide, a little deeper in the field, but so far so good. Everybody looking like they're getting through turn 1 cleanly, but William Fenton, great jump out front.
Yeah, well done to the field, getting through early on, and that means we're going to have a ton of racers here, hopefully seeing the checkered flag, but William Fenton put it on pole. He's been able to hold off Jack Hedgecock. Fenson's had a strong second half of the season here, Rich. He had that rough race in his homeland of Oran Park for a week 2, and it kind of set him back a little bit. I wonder if he would have had something to offer Hedgecock and Feliz if he would have had a little better start to the season. So maybe we can see him regroup next season and really bring the fight to them, as we've been told by Hedgecock he's not going to come back next season. Yeah. He's got some schooling to do, but he's told us that about 2 or 3 times already here, Rich.
Yeah, he's told us a few times, but one time he actually lived up to it. Another time I think he joined about week 3. So looks like we may have had some issues a little bit further back between Herbert Pineda perhaps and Kevin Bergquist. Take a look at, Rob is on the ball tonight, folks. Take a look at this replay. See what's happening here. Bergquist on the outside, and that wasn't Pineda, actually. Pineda was following him behind, so I'm not sure who Bergquist got involved with, but unfortunately, that is really going to end his night. I think Herbert just got caught up with it afterwards, trying to go around here. If we hop on board here with Herbert, I think he was clear, but unfortunately that little tap of the tire wall kind of shot Kevin Bergquist back over in front of him, unfortunately. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You don't want to see that happen, but that's unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to go back up to the front. William Fenton still holding off Jack Hedgecock and Jim Feliz. They're starting to put a little bit of a gap on David Bush III. Fenton, right now, top 4, Rob, all where they started, so drivers keeping it in order. Seb Gauthier's up 1 position in 5th. Jason Park up 2 positions in 6th. So the Pro-Am drivers mixing it up, trying to move up the field. Andrew Trickett dropped 2 positions down to 7th, so that does not help his championship hopes, but so far so good. We're only just a couple of minutes into this. We're on lap 3, just starting lap 3 here.
Yeah, as far as the Pro-Am battle, Seb Gauthier doing exactly what he needs to do, is leading the class, but unfortunately for him, Jason Park, the leader in the Pro-Am division, is tucked up right under his rear wing there, Rich. It's hard to gain many points when your chief combatant is right behind you on track, so we'll see if maybe Gauthier can put a couple cars in between them. No doubt he's hoping for maybe some catastrophic issues from Jason Park, but Jason Park has had a hell of a season here. Was dominant through the midpoint of the season, Rich. I think he won 3 or 4 races in a row, and that's really secured him up the top of the Pro-Am Championship.
Oh, that's for sure. He's certainly had a great season. I mean, he was not just doing well for a Pro-Am driver, he was doing well for any driver in this field. We take a look at another driver who's had a quite the strong season in Colin McKenzie. Colin McKenzie, 4th in class right now, 9th overall. And driving the Acura, which most people choose not to, although we do have 3 of them in the field today. We also have Andrew Venaro and Brett Pancari driving Acuras. So Colin McKenzie, a great season, and one of the admins and founders of Throttle Freaks.
And he's got James Hand right on his bumper. James looking very racy tonight. Came in a few points back of Ian Cabana. Ian's had a rough start to his race. He fell down 3 spots so far, Rich, into 19th place. So right now, if it were to stay this way, James would hop back ahead of Cabana and take the AM championship. So Ian Cabana going to have to try and find some pace here as the race continues on. Right now, he's mired in the middle of the pack, in behind Dale Peterson, with getting a ton of pressure from Cesar Jimenez, the I-75 Motorsports driver, in behind him, who gives a little kiss to the wall with the left rear of that Porsche.
Yeah, well, that's what the walls are there for. Yeah, I was noticing earlier in qualifying, James Hand at one point was right up at the front. He wasn't in 10th. He was right at the front. So James Hand, obviously, liking the St. Petersburg track, but he's also had a very, very strong season, and I think everything's just kind of gelling for him now.
Yeah, we'll see. Still a long way to go here. Just under 40 minutes left to go in this race, so anything can happen, especially in a street circuit. You never know what will happen up ahead of you. All it takes is for one car to spin and cause a complete track blocker. As we're on board here with Matt Mars, he's in behind Josh Goen, one of the Goen racing drivers who we said had a rough last couple of weeks, and it's really hurt them in the team championship, Rich. And right now being down in 24th place without his brother Nick here to help the team gather some points. Jack Hedgecoe's currently up in second place, really leading the charge for the Goen Racing team, but they're going to need a little more help here if they're going to get ahead of Riot Motorsports, with William Fenson currently leading the race and representing Riot Motorsports Team Red.
Yeah, that's for sure. So take a look at Matt Mars. We see Matt Mars quite often on camera, but that is certainly a different look for Matt Mars. He looks like he's just come back from a business meeting, Rob. But Matt Mars put it on podium, I think it was last week, and certainly nice to see him doing well. Matt Mars sitting 25th, 6th in class. That's where he started, and driving the Audi. I mean, he really has some interesting choices of cars.
Yeah, I think pretty much every other week or so he switched cars here in the Throttle Freaks League. Of course, we see him on Monday nights in FMA, where he's, I think for the most part this season, he's been driving the what's he been in? The Mustang for the most part, except for last night I think he was into the Porsche. But Brett Pancari, one of our other Dustbuster drivers here in the Acura this evening, Rich, and he's hot on the tails of Justin Welsh. To the inside of Welsh, could be making a move here. Late on the brakes for Pancari. He's going to take over 27th spot, and he's up 3 spots early on.
Yeah, that's a solid start to the race for Pancari. Also, Matt Scherf just up ahead of him, also up 3 positions. So overall, this has been outside of that incident with Ken Bergquist, and I'm not sure who was on the inside on him there. That also caused issues for Herbert Pineda. It's been a clean race with 34 cars in this tight circuit.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room for errors here. Man who's made no errors so far is William Fenson, leading the way. Hedgecoe still right in behind them. Feliz there too as well. See here if they continue on. David Bush III kind of falling back a little bit. He's leading the secondary pack of himself, Gauthier, and Park. Trickett in there too as well, although he's starting to fall off the back of this pack here now, Rich.
Yeah, he's falling back a little bit, unfortunate for him, but just 3/4 of a second, so that's just a matter of, might have had a bad corner here or there, and can easily be made up as long as he doesn't fall too much further back, because he certainly wants to keep right in there with Seb Gauthier and Jason Park, because Trickett's got a couple places to make up in the points championship if he wants to, get himself that podium trophy.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out, but he's been strong the back half of the season. B&O Kart-O Montreal. That's a mouthful to say every time it comes up, Rich, but we'll see how he does as the race goes on. But a little farther back here, we got this battle between McKenzie, Hand, Garcia, Mills, and looks like Ryan Bird leading that one in the Quarter Life Crisis team.
Yeah, Ryan Bird, the Quarter Life Crisis team. I wish I was Quarter Life, folks, but I've said that before. It's getting old now. Ryan Bird, he's had some solid efforts, and Colin McKenzie getting real racy in behind him, and James Hand saying, hey, I like a piece of this. James Hand going up the inside, but backing out of it. But while that's going on, Samuel Garcia getting right in there. We got some great race action going through these corners, side-by-side action. Oh, wow. James Hand kind of got beat up a little bit there. Now Andy Mills right behind him. So amateurs battling with the Pro-Ams, and everybody finally gets themselves settled out. James Hand not too thrilled how that worked out for him. I think he was looking to gain a position or two instead of losing one there. That's what you do, folks. We're rally racing here at St. Petersburg. Yeah, the flat confines of St. Petersburg. Drivers coming along nose to tail, coming around to complete this lap. They are on lap 8. They're going to start lap 9 now. James Hand right in the mix. He's got Andy Mills in behind him. And just up ahead, Samuel Garcia. So we've got a couple pro-ams, 4th and 5th of Colin McKenzie, Samuel Garcia. Then 1st and 2nd in AM of James Hand and Andy Mills. Great race action, and man, oh man, only just over 10 minutes into this race. We're on lap 9. A little bit of a cork in the bottle right now is Ryan Bird. They've fallen behind just over 3 seconds to Andrew Trickett, and they're lined up nose to tail as far as the eye can see behind them. So far, so good. I am very, very impressed with the driving skills exhibited by everybody this evening. Last race, big points races, and everybody managing to keep it, well, it's pretty easy to keep it on track. Let's be honest here. There's concrete everywhere where there isn't track. But everybody relatively clean, not a whole lot going on. Just that one incident early on lap 1, but we're coming around.